But sometimes I get the urge to respond to them, and I respond in a very classy, loving way.
Y'all might want to get a chair for this one because word on the street is Diddy just dropped Miami like a hot potato and went right back to Gina. Apparent lie, he's been trying to use Miami and her kids to do some damage control after he was sued, but it's clearly not working. He just cut her off and went back to his ex Gina. And what's even crazier is that Gina is also one of Diddy's victims, and she even admitted to him forcing her to terminate her pregnancy and physically assing her sorcerers are now saying he went back to Gina so he could do some damage control and make it look like he's really correcting all his wrongs, when what's actually happened is he's using her to fix his damaged reputation.
Just know that it's just a projection of themselves onto me, because I ain't do nothing to you. Okay?
So it's no secret that Diddy has been spiraling ever since Cassie filed her lawsuit against him, accusing him of putting the pause on her, forcing her into freak-offs and saying her. Since then, he was kicked out of his position as chairman at Revolt TV. He lost 18 brand deals, and he's been sued by 3 more women. But as expected, he doesn't plan to go out without a fight, and he's been pulling some real major PR stunts to distract people from what's actually going on and make them feel bad for him now. Some of y'all may have already seen this, but just a few weeks ago, Page 6 leaked some paparazzi photos of Diddy looking all sad and remorseful. They paired them with the headline, "Diddy spotted looking unhappy in Miami," as he's hit with third-say lawsuit. Well, according to the blind item, this was a desperate attempt orchestrated by Diddy and his PR team to get some sympathy from the public. Diddy and the paparazzi reportedly tried a bunch of different poses to try and get the right shot before posting that mess to social media. The blind item said, speaking of calling the PS, this mogul SL wannabe rapper called them to make it look like he's grieving and struggling and sick about what was happening to him. They went through about 20 minutes of poses, but this whole stunt was a complete flop because it made people feel like the lawsuits were getting to him, and they dragged him more on social media. Absolutely no one fell for any of that BS at all, and in typical Diddy fashion, he came up with another plan to distract people from all the allegations. This time, he had allegedly paid Miami over 6 figures to use her kids and help him carry out his plans. Now, if y'all remember when the news first broke about Cassie's lawsuit, Miami went MIA and barely posted on her social media for several days, but she suddenly popped out again with a really cute video of her and her kids going to the Dolphins game. According to the blind item, Diddy paid her over 6 figures to post it. He knew her first post since a lawsuit would cause a lot of commotion online, and so by her posting her kids, it would help distract them from the messy lawsuit with Cassie. The source said, speaking of distractions, the subject in number 4 instructed his current girlfriend to have a social media blitz showing off herself and kids in public and how happy they appear to be. The extra 6 figures she got over the weekend probably helps a lot with the willingness to go all in, but unfortunately for Miami, her using her kids as bait to help Diddy was not enough, because word on the street now that he just dumped her for his ex Gina. Now, for those of y'all who don't know, Gina became a trending topic in 2018 when she did an interview with Tasha K and exposed Diddy for hitting her, stomping on her, and even forcing her to have multiple every time she got pregnant. He also offered her $50K as hush money so she wouldn't tell anyone what he was putting her through.
I mean, in the beginning, like the first 3.5 years, the first 4 months, he was really nice. But then after that, he started being he was like always belittling me, and always like, he was like mentally, emotionally, and physically abusing me. He took one of my heels and tried to throw it at me. And then he like mushed my face and like really hard and made my nose bleed.
You mind telling me what happened with that pregnancy?
I told him, and he was like, "You're gonna get an abortion, right?" And then I was like, "I don't know. I don't know yet." And then he offered me $50,000 to get rid of it, but I turned it down because I just loved him, and I was like trying to prove that I wasn't the girl that
Was
wanted
with
him for money.
Okay.
I just care.
What's even crazier is after all this, Gina still went back to Diddy and they started dating again around the time he started hooking up with Miami. This made things really weird between Gina and Miami, and they started coming for each other on social media. Things got super messy between them with Gina shaded my Miami after it was announced that Diddy had a whole baby by another woman. While he was with Miami, Gina posted a video on her IG with the caption, "When she beefing with you over a guy, but who lead time, he got somebody else pregnant city girls down 1,000, but Miami did not let this slide and went off on Gina and trolled her for allowing Diddy to manipulate her back into a relationship. Even after everything he did to her, Miami went as far as bringing up the interview with Tasha K. and making fun of the abort Diddy forced Gina to have Gina, you've been down bad. Ever since I came into the picture, you've been crying for a baby. For 10 years, you've been around as a bee that eat P and D when he feel like it, you a eater. You the same bee that was crying on Tasha K. cuz you wanted a poor baby sushi. You want a baby bee. I have a career, you a certified free. You haven't heard from Diddy since the awards, reminiscing on a Let That Hurt Go Chun. Lee, she added, if I wanted you to eat my P. Diddy would have you on your knees, you eater? But it looks like Diddy is not on the same page with Miami because he just dumped her and cut off her $500,000 allowance gel. It looks like Miami is the only one that is going to be eaten from now on, not Gina. Did he fuel these rumors when he refollowed Gina? On Instagram, according to sources, Gina and Diddy have been in contact for a while now, and they're allegedly working on getting back together. In fact, fans did some digging, and they came across an interview that Gina did in 2021 with the Jasmine brand, talking about how close she and Diddy are now as compared to the past. At the end of the day, I really value the friendship that him and I have. He did bless me in a lot of ways. I'm always going to be forever grateful and respect him. However, sources are now saying that Diddy is using Gina just to do some damage control, since all of his attempts with Miami and the fake paparazzi photos have failed. Apparently, he chose to get with Gina because he believes that when people see Gina accepting him back after everything he did to her, they'll see him as a changed man and have a different opinion about him now. It's very unclear if Gina is doing this whole thing on him. But there's a huge chance he's probably paying her even more money than he was paying Miami when he was using her and her kids to distract the public. Gina fueled these rumors when she posted a photo of her in a mysterious man on her IG stories who believes to be Diddy. People also noted that right after Diddy followed Gina, Miami deleted most of Diddy's photos from her IG and left only one up to make it look less obvious that he dumped her for Gina G. This is really disappointing, and it's really sad how Diddy keeps using them and dropping them after he's done just because he's got the money and power to do so now. As expected, people were not here for this mess, and they dragged both Gina and Miami for allowing Diddy to use them. Like this one person said, the sad thing about the young Miami and that Gina girl is that they both think they're better off than each other, not knowing they're not, because Diddy hasn't claimed either of them as his girlfriend. The only person winning in the situation on is him. Another person said, young Miami deserves all the smoke, shaking my head. All that she profited from Diddy will be returned from the Dusty Cayman Keisha police. You deserve to lose it all, but now I want to know your thoughts on this whole mess. What do y'all think about Diddy dumping young Miami for Gina, and do y'all think he's really trying to use Gina for some damage control? Y'all do what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, and don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.